is Valley News Live at 4.
Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. Happening right now, a rally in front of Sanford Medical Center in Fargo, where people are taking a stand for what they call freedom against mandates. Valley News Team's Alex Larson is there. She joins us now live with more. Alex.
Thank you. Here I am at the Freedom Rally outside of Sanford on 23rd Avenue. We do have a few more people parking and coming over to participate. We've got about 7 people out here right now. They're protesting the right to choose whether or not to get a vaccine. So they'll be marching out here until 6 p.m. They started at 4, so they're expecting to see a few more people.
Sometimes you have to turn the microphone on. I apologize for that. We do have a slight risk of severe storms out to the far east. As we take a look where you see the dark green, there's a marginal risk. Tonight's risks include a few storms with hail. Isolated tornadoes cannot be ruled out, but gusty winds as well. Notice most of the activity and potential is off to the east. Taking a closer look, we have a few sprinkles moving through, say, Red Lake County, Pennington County. Heading into the Red Lakes area, this stretches down towards Monoman and Nadawash. For the western counties, things very quiet. This is where that energy is the greatest to see the development of thunderstorms. We're watching closely, and notice our far eastern counties will have the best chance at seeing this activity fire. If they do, it's going to likely be before 7, and then the rest of the night for the most part quiet. So we're keeping our eyes on that for the early evening forecast. Temperatures sneaking down into those upper 50s as we'll have a north breeze here in the FM area. And we're also watching, look at these temperatures. The heat, it's around the corner. It looks like a hot weekend ahead. I'll have hour-by-hour details on what you can expect in your forecast coming up here in just a moment.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. TikTok has banned a viral challenge encouraging students to steal from their schools. It's known by the hashtag #DeviousLick. The videos, which started popping up last month, show students taking items like wet floor signs, microscopes, and clocks, then describing them as their devious licks. The platform says this kind of content violates its community guidelines. We're learning students in West Fargo are doing this challenge. The school sent an email out to staff members asking for help after more than a dozen soap dispensers have gone missing. We'll bring you that story tonight on Valley News Live at 6. Charges could come against 2 drivers in a crash that sent 2 people to the hospital last night. Police say around 8:15 they were called to the crash in the 4600 block of University Drive. Police say the driver of a motorcycle, a 22-year-old man from Prior Lake, and his passenger, a 32-year-old woman from Fargo, had to be rushed to the hospital for serious injuries. The driver of the car involved in the crash is a 16-year-old girl from Fargo. She and her passenger were not hurt. A local small business is asking for the community's help after employees say one of their vans was broken into. Shane Busby, who works for Hands Down Flooring and Tile, says yesterday morning they discovered a broken window and thousands of dollars worth of tools and equipment gone. As a business with only 10 employees, he says it's a big loss, but they were able to still get their jobs done.
It's like a punch in the gut. You know, we're doing our best as a small company to just survive. I mean, it's not the easiest time to start a business. And
they filed a police report, and now they're asking the community to keep an eye out for anyone selling tools or equipment online. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who was convicted in the murder of George Floyd, pled not guilty today for allegedly violating the civil rights of a teenager. That incident involved a restraint similar to the one used on Floyd. It alleges that Chauvin placed his knee on the boy's neck and upper back while the boy was handcuffed and not resisting. That happened in 2017 when the boy was 14 years old. Chauvin has been charged in federal court with violating Floyd's civil rights as well. The new Fargo Fulfillment Center by Amazon is opening this weekend, and they gave us a tour of their massive 1.1 million square foot facility. From signing bonuses to improved benefits, Amazon is aggressively marketing to the Fargo-Moorhead workforce. At this time, they don't know how many workers will be there for launch day, but they say the numbers are increasing every day leading up to it.
We should have a better idea of what our workforce looks like here in the coming month or so, but eventually we'd like to get this facility at about 1,000 employees.
The new facility is set to open on Sunday in North Fargo. President Biden continues to push congressional Democrats to pass a massive spending bill that he says will help America's economy recover. But as Skylar Henry reports, there is reluctance from some Democrats and a full-on pushback from Republicans.
President Biden delivered remarks on the economy Thursday afternoon and said it's time the rich started paying their fair share.
The top 1%, for example, evade an estimated $160 billion in taxes that they owe each year. Not new taxes, taxes that they owe.
The president met one-on-one with Democratic Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema Wednesday. Both have expressed doubts about the $3.5 trillion economic package, which the president says is needed to bolster the middle class.
We can invest in our people, giving our families a little help with their toughest expenses, like daycare, child care, elder care, prescription drugs, health care.
Democrats need unanimous support for the president's plan to pass because Republicans are unified in their opposition to the bill, saying the president's spending is triggering inflation.
The amount of being spent by the Biden administration, the challenges to the work shortages, the making more inflation continuing to grow. Inflation is a tax on all Americans.
Americans are spending more at the grocery store these days. The Labor Department reported this week that Americans are paying 5.3% more this August than they did last August. Beef, pork, and poultry prices saw the biggest spikes.
A very small number of giant corporations now dominate the market, which gives them the ability to drive up prices because they face so little competition.
Administration officials say the top meat producers are making record profits, but they're still paying farmers and ranchers the same prices. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The House could vote on the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill by September 27th. Cities big and small across the country are preparing to welcome tens of thousands of Afghan evacuees forced to flee their home country. The Biden administration has started notifying governors and refugee coordinators about how many evacuees will be resettled in individual states. This comes as a new group made up of former presidents, Afghan Americans, and advocates launched this week to help accelerate resettlement efforts so evacuees can assimilate to life in their new country.
It's going to require commitment both from private and public sectors to ensure that Afghan refugees can successfully weave into the American fabric. People there that can speak the language and help them during this time.
She says the longer-term needs will be jobs and affordable housing. Government statistics break down where the roughly 37,000 Afghan refugees who arrived in the first phase will be resettled. As of right now, 275 are coming to Minnesota, 49 to North Dakota. Crews are installing perimeter fencing around the U.S. Capitol building ahead of the Justice for J6 rally scheduled for Saturday. The rally organizers say they plan to protest the ongoing criminal cases of some 600 people charged after the deadly riot on January 6th by supporters of former President Donald Trump. U.S. Capitol Police asked the Department of Defense for the National Guard to be ready with help if security is needed over the weekend. Jeopardy announced today that Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings will host the show through the end of the year. Starting Monday, Bialik will be the host for episodes airing through November 5th. After that, she and Jennings will split hosting duties through the rest of the year. And of course, you can catch Jeopardy Monday through Friday on KXJB at 5 o'clock. Please remember to help stock the shelves of the Great Plains Food Bank. Corwin Automotive is matching all gifts up to $50,000 made by the end of this month. We're told that would be enough to provide food for 300,000 meals for children, families, and seniors struggling with hunger. You can find the link to donate right on our website, valleynewslive.com. History was made last night as the first civilian crew launched into space. We'll show you more video of that launch coming up on Valley News Live at 4.
But next, we've been keeping our eyes on a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. A cool northwest wind setting up in our western counties, but stormy weather possible still in the east. We'll go over your hour-by-hour details for tonight's forecast and look ahead at both cooler and much warmer weather. That's next.